So sometimes just saying that, and the student does it, which is the best type of adjustment, because then they really feel what's going on in their body. So it's really more just holding their pelvis in place and assisting that movement, which is almost like the sacral nutation that we did in back bends, but not so severe, because you don't want to be overarched in the lower back. So it's really just pivoting the pelvis forward enough to take out the rounding of the back and help her get in to be able to bend at the hip joint, okay? Holding onto the pelvis also has a really useful benefit, which is that if you control the pelvis, you will control whether the person falls or retains their balance, right? So if you hold her up here, I could push her off balance much easier than if I just ground the pelvis, okay? Make sense? So that's really all I would recommend that you do in Gomukhasana. This is not really a strong adjustment posture. First part of the posture. Now, if you'll take your arms, okay? You can actually, you did the wrong arm. Special version. Okay, so let's just pause for that one moment, okay? So you can actually help them, and if you're going to help with the arms, you need to create stability in the pelvis. You can hold on with your thighs, reach the arm up, so you're rolling that shoulder forward, right? And remember, it's not like squeezing it into the body. Let's just do that whole movement right from the beginning. It's the same idea of rolling the shoulder joint forward to create space and facilitate the movement with the space. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay? Then the same thing goes true with this arm, right? It's rolling forward. And can we just pause here for a moment? What does that position remind you of with the arm? Top of asana. Oh, so this added benefit. And then exhale the arms together, right? Now this posture, you can actually, once they're binding, help them get a little bit deeper by placing your hand into the middle of their back. Hold on tight, okay? All right? Holding onto their bind and separating their hands from their back, increasing that spinal extension, and then releasing, letting their hands go, and back down. Let's try the other side, okay? So everyone can see both sides, and then you'll feel better too. Do you have to go through that little passive stretch? No, but I think that if you do, you might get your feet better aligned along the central axis of the body. So your feet are a little over to the side. You know, I mean, perfection doesn't happen right away. I would be fine with that because the feet are very close together. So if we start off, we see someone's rounded their back like that. We're pivoting them slightly forward in the hip joint and making sure that the pelvis retains its balance. It's a very simple adjustment, but for someone that's very high or very rounded to try to maintain or retain the balance, you can even take your hands all the way at the bottom of the knee because I'm holding you, okay? Yeah, great. So the hands really should be under the knee, which is kind of bad news, right? Not just on top of the knee, not around the kneecap, but all the way under, holding onto the shin, right? It's kind of a tough reach. The only way you can get that reach is if you pivot really far into the hip joints, right? And then that'll bring your body closer to your thighs, all right? Okay, so let's try for the arms. And let's do the whole arm, okay? So forward and around, and helping all the way up, okay? Then, and again, let's just feel like we're in Gomukhasana, and then the fingers fold nicely together. Hold tight, kind of, depending on how tight they are, it's kind of even stretch just to get your hand underneath. This is useful to coordinate with the breath. So deep inhale, and exhale. Deep inhale. And exhale, and I'm pulling with the arm that's holding onto the hands, and I'm pushing forward and up with the sternum, or towards the sternum through the space between the shoulders. One more breath. Inhale, exhale. Great, that was wonderful. And you stay until their hands are free, so then if they fall to the side, they can catch themselves. That was